Konnichiwa, Ryan-san. Konnichiwa, Nathaniel-san. Hey, Chiquita Banana. Hey, Sammy. There's actually a better way to say Ryan and Nathaniel than San, but I haven't learned how to pronounce it yet, so we'll keep saying San for now. Alright, today's Encyclopedia Brown is The Case of the Super Secret Hold. You'll have to let me know if you had any guesses from last week. Alright, the heart of Bugs Meany was filled with a great longing. It was to knock Encyclopedia flatter than an elephant's instep. Have you ever seen an elephant's instep? It's pretty flat. Bugs hated being outsmarted by the boy detective, but whenever he felt like throwing a punch, he remembered Sally Kimball. Sally was the prettiest girl in the 5th grade. It wasn't her face, however, that the toughest tiger remembered. It was her fists. Sally had done what no boy under 14 had even dreamed of doing. She had outfought Bugs Meany. Bugs told everyone that Sally had hit him with a few lucky punches. Nobody believed his story, including Bugs himself. He thought she had hit him with a milk truck. You don't even know what a milk truck is anymore, do you? Yeah. Because of Sally, Bugs never bullied Encyclopedia. Sally was the detective's junior partner. Bugs hates you more than he hates me, Encyclopedia said as the partners sat in the Brown Detective Agency one afternoon. You can be sure he'll try to get even. Sally agreed. He's like a thermometer in hottest Africa, she said. He's always up to something. Groan. Just then, Duke Kelly, one of Bugs Meany's tigers, entered the garage. He put 25 cents on the gasoline can. Bugs wants you, he said. He wants to hire us? Gasped Sally. No, he wants you to come to the judo show this afternoon, said Duke. The 25 cents will pay for your time. Encyclopedia and Sally exchanged questioning glances. The judo show starts at 2 o'clock in the junior high school gym, said Duke. Judo? Encyclopedia repeated half to himself. The gentle art of self-defense? Judo is the art of using your opponent's strength against him, said Duke, or her. With that, he departed, grinning slyly. Bugs has more up his sleeve than his elbow, said Encyclopedia thoughtfully, but I'm curious. So am I, said Sally. Let's find out. The junior high school gym was already filled with boys and girls when the detectives arrived. Coach Richards, who ran the summer sports program, spoke briefly. He explained the aims of judo. Then 4 men from the Idaville Judo Center took places on the mat in the middle of the floor. They wore white trousers and a loose jacket bound at the waist by a knotted belt. Ryan, you know what that is. You have a gi. And that's what that's called, is a gi. For half an hour, they demonstrated holds, locks, throws, and escapes. After the children had stopped clapping, Coach Richards spoke again. Judo is not only for grown-ups, he said. 3 of our own junior high school students will now show you what they have learned in 2 short weeks. And here's the picture. Bugs using the grip on Rocky. Alright. Bugs Meany and 2 of his tigers, Spike Larson and Rocky Graham, trotted onto the mat. They wore the same white costumes as the men. Gis. They wore the same gis. Gosh, he's really good, said Sally as Bugs began flipping Spike and Rocky to the mat like baseball cards. They know how to fall without getting hurt, said Encyclopedia. But the throws are an act. Bugs couldn't toss Spike and Rocky if they didn't let him. After a whirlwind 5 minutes, the tigers lined up and bowed. Coach Richards stepped forward to thank them. Bugs held up his hand. I'm not finished, he said. Coach Richards moved back, surprised. Spike strode toward Bugs. He stopped within a foot of his leader. Bugs shot a hand to Spike's throat. When he pulled the hand away, Spike fell over on his back and did not move. Bugs repeated the grip on Rocky. He too fell over on his back and lay unmoving. So basically, he was using some kind of Jedi trick. "You just saw my super secret hold," announced Bugs. "I completely knocked out Rocky and Spike, but I didn't hurt them. If I really wanted to, though, I could break their necks for life." A person can break their neck and live, but it's not much of a life. Rocky and Spike stirred. They crawled off the mat, shaking their heads. The gym had grown silent. All eyes were on Bugs. "Now you're asking yourselves, where did Bugs learn this terrible hold?" he continued. "I'll tell you. I wrote to a famous professor in Japan for the secret." Bugs strutted up and down the mat. "A lot of you have heard about a certain girl who is supposed to have licked me," he went on. "Now you know I wasn't trying. I could have put her in the hospital, only I'm a gentleman." Right. His meaning was clear, and all the children understood. Bugs was challenging Sally to a rematch, then and there. If Sally refused to fight, or if she were beaten, Bugs would rule the neighborhood. The Brown Detective Agency would be powerless to halt his bullying. A small boy near Sally pleaded, "Don't fight him, he could kill you." But Encyclopedia whispered into Sally's ear. As she listened, her lips tightened. That's how you and me smile, Ryan and Nathaniel. We have that. I can't do it when I'm purposely doing it, but you guys smile like that, and so do I. But Encyclopedia whispered into Sally's ear. As she listened, her lips tightened, as we've already said. "Super secret hold phooey," she snorted. A moment later, she was on the mat. Bugs turned white. He had thought to scare her. Now he was the one who was scared. Yeah. There was nothing for him to do but fight. He reached for Sally's throat and took a thump in the stomach. Fortunately for Bugs, his 2-week course in judo had taught him how to fall. Sally's fists gave him plenty of practice. Eventually he lay on his back and refused to get up. "I can't go on," he wailed. "I hurt my back lifting a big box this morning." He must have hurt his head, thought Encyclopedia, to believe anyone would fall for his super secret hold. Why didn't Encyclopedia believe the hold? Interesting. Okay, so Ryan and Nathaniel, I'm sure you don't have too many guesses, Nathaniel, but let me know what your thoughts are on how Encyclopedia knew that that hold was a bunch of hooey. Okay, I will read you a story again next Sunday, and I love you all. You know what? I don't know how to say that in Japanese. I need to learn how to say that in Japanese. Anyway, sayonara, Ryan-san. Sayonara, Nathaniel-san. See you later, Chiquita. Bye, Sammy.